Welcome everyone. Here in the previous classes we have studied the post fertilization events. Now we will see how fertilization take place. In the previous things we have seen this in the events of fertilization, events of sexual reproduction. We have seen gametogenesis, and this gamete transfer is also over, that is with the help of pollination. Now comes the third event, that is fertilization. Third event, that is fertilization. That is here gamete, that is male gamete has reached the female gamete. So now this male gamete will fuse with the female gamete. The male gamete will fuse with the female gamete. So here in the third step, that is fertilization. In the third step, which is nothing but fertilization, here fusion of gametes will take place. In the third step, fusion of gametes will take place. Gametes have been formed, male and female gametes have been formed by the process of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis, and those gametes, that is male gamete, has been transferred to female gamete through the process, that is gamete transfer, which takes place by pollination. Okay, now both the male and female gametes are here. Now when these two male and female gametes are there, now the next process which follows will be this fusion of gametes, that is male gamete will fuse with the female gamete. Okay, so this process of fusion of male gametes with the female gamete is called as fertilization. Here remember, just fusing of any two cells, it is not called as fertilization. When there is any two cells, when fuses, it is not just fertilization, that is fusion of cells. But here if male gamete fuses with the female gamete, male gamete fuses with the female gamete, then it is fertilization. Then it is fertilization. So fertilization is nothing but fusion of male gametes with female gamete, that is fusion of male gamete with this egg. This is the egg. These two are the synergids. This is the central cell, and these three are the antipodals. Antipodals. Okay, so now this fusion of this male gamete with the help of this filiform apparatus, this male gamete enters inside this one male gamete, comes here, and this filiform apparatus directs this male gamete towards this egg cell. Okay, filiform apparatus directs this first male gamete towards this egg cell. So now here male gamete is fusing with the female gamete, because egg is the female gamete. Egg is the female gamete and this is the male gamete. Two male gametes are there now. So pollen produces two male gametes. Out of these two male gametes, one male gamete will go to the egg. If the male cell fuses with the egg, that is if the fusion is with the egg, if the fusion of another nucleus or another cell is with the egg cell, so here this fusion of male nuclei with this female nuclei or the female cell, that is the egg. So this process is called as fertilization. This process is called as fertilization, or we can even call it as syngamy. Another name to fertilization is syngamy. Syngamy is nothing but fusion of male nuclei with that of the egg. That is, we can even say fusion of male gametes with the female gamete is also syngamy or fertilization. Both these are two different buts, but one process itself, that is fusion of male and female gametes. So here if this fusion is with the egg cell, if this fusion of male nuclei is with the egg cell, I am stressing this, if the fusion of male nuclei is with the egg cell, that is the female gamete. So here stress it, with the egg, then that process is called as fertilization, or we can even call it as syngamy. Okay, so this is the first fertilization. Now what about the second? Because pollen tube has given rise to two male nuclei. Now one has fused with the egg. Now other will also enter here, and this filiform apparatus will direct the second male nuclei to this middle cell, that is central cell. Here it will direct this another male nuclei to the central cell. So here already two nuclei are there. In the central cell, two polar nuclei are present. So this is one cell with two nucleus. You see here, in this three antipodals, one nucleus is there in each one. Here in synergid, one nucleus. Here in synergid, one nucleus. So one in these three antipodals, and in egg also one nucleus is there. But here in this central cell, two nuclei are present. Two nuclei are present. So here with this two nuclei, one more male nuclei will go and fuse with them. Fuse. So this is the second fusion. This was the first fusion and this is the second fusion. Now we don't call it as fertilization because here egg is not there. Just two nuclei are fusing with another nuclei. So here this is the first one, this is the second. Two times fertilization is taking place, two times fusion is taking place. But here this fusion is with the egg, that is why it is syngamy, and this fusion is with the another nuclei. So two fertilizations are taking place. Two fertilizations are taking place. One is with the egg, male nuclei and egg, and second is male nuclei with the central cell. So the fertilization with the egg cell is syngamy. Fertilization with the egg cell is syngamy. Now here this, if we see this, egg cell plus male nuclei fuses, okay, that process is called as fertilization. This fusion of male nuclei with the egg, this process is called as fertilization. Now in this fertilization, after fertilization, when this cell and this cell two fuses, a new cell will be formed with that is, it will be diploid. So this is one nucleus, this is one nucleus. Because egg is having one nucleus, male nuclei will have one nucleus. So here two nuclei will combine, these two cells will combine. This is haploid, egg is also haploid, male nuclei is also haploid. So two haploid cells are fusing together, forming a diploid zygote. Okay, diploid zygote. It forms a diploid zygote. So two cells are fusing, two nuclei are forming. So thereby this is a diploid zygote. After fertilization, the result is zygote formation. When this fertilization between male and female gamete, that is egg, has taken place, it leads to the formation of a new cell, and that new cell is called as zygote. And the zygote is diploid in condition, whereas egg and male gamete was haploid in condition. So this was having one nuclei, this was having one. So now here one set. Here now how many sets are there? Two sets of chromosomes are there, two sets are there. So this is a diploid nuclei, or this is a diploid cell. So fertilization results in the, or syngamy results in the formation of zygote. Okay, so when these two fuses, they will form the zygote. Okay, when these two fuses, they will form the zygote. So after syngamy is over, what do we get as the result? We get the zygote. Okay, and this two nuclei is fusing. So already two are there. So this is diploid nuclei. So this is the diploid cell. So one more is going and fusing with it. Okay, so now how many nuclei are there? Three nuclei. Already two was there and one with the male nuclei. Okay, male nuclei. So here how many? This will be triploid. This will be triploid. Why? Because already 2 was there, addition of one more nuclei has taken place. So now it is triploid cell. This is the triploid cell. And here this one is also called as triple fusion, because 2 nuclei have already fused and formed the central cell. 2 polar nuclei has already fused and formed the central cell. So to this diploid central cell, one more male nuclei has been fused. So now this is called as triple fusion. 3 nuclei are fusing. 2 male nuclei, that is 2 diploid 2 nuclei and with this male gamete. So this we call it as triple fusion. This fusion of male gamete with this diploid nuclei or the central cell, with the central cell we call it as triple fusion. This fusion between male gamete and the egg is syngamy. Okay, and this fusion between the central cell and the male nuclei, this is called as triple fusion. Okay, this is called as triple fusion, that is diploid cell, central cell plus male nuclei. So 3. So this is triple fusion. So the diploid cell already has formed from this 2 single nuclei, has combined and formed the diploid cell. So with this diploid cell, one male nuclei is again joining. So instead of 1, 2, 3 will be there. So 3. So that is why triple fusion. And this is one time fusion, this is another time fusion. 2 times fusion is taking place, but the result is different. So we call this process as double fertilization. We call this process as double fertilization. One fertilization is between male and female gamete, that is egg and the male nuclei, one fertilization, and this between triple fusion and the diploid cell, second fertilization. So we call this process as double fertilization. Fertilization 2 times. Okay, the result of syngamy is zygote, and the result of triple fusion is formation of primary endosperm nucleus, that is PEN. PEN is nothing but primary endosperm nucleus. Primary endosperm nucleus is formed. Okay, but the zygote is formed, this primary endosperm nucleus is formed. So 2 times fusion is taking place. This process is called as double fertilization. Okay, now here this will lead to zygote, this will lead to the formation of primary endosperm nucleus. Now this primary endosperm nucleus further grows and changes into primary endosperm cell. It further grows and changes into primary endosperm cell, and this primary endosperm cell further grows and changes into endosperm. So now this fusion has taken place. Afterwards zygote formation has taken place. It will be stopped like that at that itself. First development after these 2 fusions, first development will be seen in this one. Okay, so what will happen? This primary endosperm nucleus is changed to primary endosperm cell. With the little development, primary endosperm nucleus will change to primary endosperm cell, and this primary endosperm cell will change into endosperm. This endosperm, endosperm precedes embryo development. So precedes embryo development. Why it precedes? Why this is stopped here? Zygote is formed. Now no further development is taking place. I am not saying it will not take place only, but for some time there is no further development in the zygote. Zygote is as it is. Now where we are seeing the development? Development is seen in this primary endosperm nucleus. So this primary endosperm nucleus with a little development changes to primary endosperm cell. This primary endosperm cell will further change into endosperm. Why this are happening first and why there is no change in the zygote? Why there is no development in the zygote? Because zygote, for undergoing development, zygote needs nutrition. Zygote needs nutrition. So for the formation of nutrition, so this development will be seen, because this endosperm, after endosperm is formed, now zygote will develop. After the zygote is formed, after this triple fusion has taken place, zygote development will stop. First, primary endosperm nucleus to endosperm cell to endosperm. After endosperm is formed, now zygote undergoes changes. Zygote develops and changes into embryo. Zygote develops and changes into embryo. Okay, why this development from zygote to embryo was halted? Because the development from zygote to embryo, the zygote has to be changed to embryo. So it will be by development. For the development, the zygote will be needing nutrition. So from where will get the nutrition? Endosperm will provide the nutrition. Endosperm will provide the nutrition to the growing embryo or the developing zygote. So that is why after zygote is formed, the development is halted in the zygote, so that first this primary endosperm cell changes into endosperm. So endosperm is the nutritive tissue which supplies nutrient to the zygote. By taking the nutrients from the embryo, zygote will develop into an embryo. Zygote will develop into an embryo. So that is why for this process, endosperm development precedes previous. Endosperm will develop first, after which embryo will start developing. Zygote will change into embryo and embryo will develop. So now here we say that in this endosperm, now what happens is, after the endosperm is formed, inside the endosperm now many nuclear divisions will take place. Inside the endosperm, nucleus will divide many times. I am not saying, see here what happens is, if this is the endosperm, for example, if this is the nucleus, example I am saying, this is the nucleus. So what happens? We have seen the process of cell division. So first this nucleus will divide into two, and thereby the cell will divide into two, and each cell will get the nucleus. So this division of nucleus is karyokinesis. It will be followed by cell division. Karyokinesis will be followed by cell division. So in this type, in this embryo, what happens now? Sorry, not in this endosperm, what happens? If this is the endosperm, inside this nucleus is there now. So this nucleus will divide into 2. 2 will again divide into 4. So 4 will again divide into 8. So like this, only nucleus is dividing. There is no formation of cytoplasm around it. Cytoplasm is not formed. Only nucleus is dividing and producing many nuclei. So that is called as free nuclear endosperm. So inside this endosperm, only nucleus are dividing continuously. One nucleus is dividing into giving 2, 2 is giving 4, but around the nucleus no wall is formed. So for some time only continuous nuclear divisions will be seen. So that is why that is nothing but free nuclear endosperm with only nucleus in it without the cytoplasmic wall around the nucleus. So the coconut water which we drink, inside the coconut we have the water. The coconut water which we drink, that coconut water is nothing but it is a mixture of thousands and thousands of nuclei. It is nothing but what we are drinking is thousands and thousands of nuclei. So and the white kernel which is around it, after some time when the nucleus have divided many times, after that so around the nucleus that is cytoplasm will be formed. Around the nucleus cytoplasm will be formed. After many nuclei have been formed after many divisions, around it the cytoplasmic wall will be formed. So the water which we see in the coconut, tender water which we see in the tender coconut, that is nothing but nuclei, free nuclear endosperm. That is nothing but free nuclear endosperm. So coconut water is nothing but endosperm with full, that is many nuclei. So that is why we say endosperm is nutritious for this development, is na? This for embryo development, endosperm is there. So that by taking the nutrition from the endosperm, the embryo will be growing. So here also, when we are short of energy, what we'll do? We'll drink coconut water. Why do we drink? It is nutritive. It is nutritive for the growing embryo as well as for many. That is, it is a nutritive tissue. So nutrition, so coconut water is nothing but thousands of nuclei, and around this coconut water some white very tender structure will be there, white color kernel will be there. So that is nothing but cellular endosperm. So around this nuclei, that is cellular division, cells will be formed. Cytoplasm will be covering the nuclei. So that white structure is nothing but cytoplasm, and inside this coconut water is nothing but those are the nuclei. So this together is the, that is endosperm with the nuclei. Now what happens is, these endosperms, this endosperm will be completely used up. The endosperm will be completely used up by the embryo. Sometimes what happens, endosperm will be completely used up by the embryo, and sometimes what happens, some of the endosperm will be left. For example, if this is the endosperm, okay, and this is the growing embryo, that is embryo growing into organism. So when it grows, while in the growth, it totally consumes the whole endosperm. It consumes the whole endosperm. So when it consumes the whole endosperm, now there is nothing left inside there is nothing left inside. So this because embryo will later develops into will changes into seed. Embryo will later changes into seed. So if further embryo, new endosperm is there in the seeds, if this embryo has consumed all the endosperm, then the seeds are called as, because embryo will change into seed. This embryo will change into seed. Okay, so if when it till it becomes seed, if certain endosperm is left inside, okay, so along with the seed, if this endosperm is, because this embryo will change into seed. So along with the seed, if this embryo is still if this endosperm is still present, then those seeds are called as endospermic seeds. Those seeds are called as endospermic seeds. The embryo will later change into seeds. Okay. So when it is changed into seed, if still endosperm is present, then that seeds with little endosperm, those are called as endospermic seeds. Example is castor. Okay, and by the time this embryo changes into seeds, if no endosperm is left, then seeds, those seeds with no endosperm, those are called as non-endospermic seeds. We see this pea, beans, pulses. These are the examples of non-endospermic seeds. These are the examples of non-endospermic seeds. So what happens? How the zygote will change into embryo, okay, and how this embryo will change into seed, we will see this in the later videos.